Hello, and welcome to Senior Code Review Buddy. My name is Chris, and today I'm going to talk about why you should always remove unused variables. First, I want to clarify what I mean by an unused variable. I consider an unused variable to be any variable that is never read from. Doesn't matter how many times it's written to, if it's not read at least once, it is an unused variable. I recently saw a discussion where someone argued that unused variables aren't errors because they won't impact the flow of the program. That is, they don't impact the output or the correctness. So, since they don't cause a program error, tooling shouldn't generate errors if they are present. Just a warning at most. While I can kind of understand this argument, I don't agree with it. Even if we assume that all languages are always able to remove unused variables when they're running, which I don't think we can ensure, code readability is extremely important, and this is going to cause problems with that. Given how often we need to read code when adding new functionality or fixing bugs, anything that makes the code harder to read and adds no value should be avoided. And things that we can automatically detect as not contributing to the program, like unused variables, should be something that we remove immediately. They aren't adding any value, only adding potential confusion. If there is an unused variable in the code, whenever someone looks at that code, they'll need to figure out or remember if that variable is supposed to be unused or if it's a mistake. But it can also have other bad side effects. Generally, when I think of an unused variable, I think of something basic like x equals 5 or query equals star. But you could have an unused variable like player instance equals initialize new player. Now, if that variable is unused, we know this statement is equivalent to just initialize new player. So we could remove the unused variable easily. But is this function call even needed now? From this line alone, we can't tell. If initialize player has no side effects other than the instance it returns, this call is pointless. But if it does have a side effect, say this new player is added to a list of players and accessed elsewhere, then it does stuff, and removing this call would probably change functionality. The only way to figure out which case it is to look into the function. In order to call initialize new players, we also introduce a dependency between our calling code and wherever initialize new players live. It could be in the same module, or it could be in a different module. And if it's in another module and it was an unnecessary call, that means we introduced an unnecessary dependency. This is clearly a negative for the code base. Even if the dependency is optimized out when run, developers working on this code base will see this dependency and not realize it's unneeded. So that's my take on why you should not tolerate unused variables in your code. If you see an unused variable, remove it. And if somehow that unused variable was important, you can always bring it back using source control. If you think there are cases to tolerate unused variables in code, let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, please consider hitting the like button below and subscribing. If you have any comments, code you'd like me to review, or ideas you'd like me to talk about, please leave a comment below or reach me at chris@seniorcodereviewbuddy.com. Thanks, and have a great day.